As soon as pre-market opened, we saw a major order for GameStop, a buy order for $342,000 worth over 12,500 shares. We also saw somebody purchase $60,000 worth of GameStop $60 call options, which leads me into the point, if you're going to do so, now would probably be the time, and that's probably why you saw a sniper come in and purchase $60,000 worth of call contracts. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but why would now be the time? Well, it's because we have sold off significantly, but also implied volatility, IV, is extremely low, which gives you a good premium purchase price for the contracts on GameStop. Now, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. First of all, I just saw this article get posted why GameStop crashed last week, stating that it's because of store closures, which is absolutely not the case. It just doesn't make sense. In fact, anybody saying that store closures are a big issue for GameStop doesn't really know what they're talking about. I think it's actually a good thing for GameStop to close down these stores. Now, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's all I ask, and turn post notifications on. And if you want to, drop a comment down below for the algorithm. Okay, I want to give you a bullish case scenario where we're trading at right now, and then we're going to talk danger. Okay, I have spent some time charting some things out, and I found some interesting theories that I've created on my own that would not necessarily be a good thing, but they don't have to play out. And I'm going to talk about the bull and bear case right now. So first of all, AMC is trading at 352, basically flat on the day. This one's actually set up better than GameStop. As many of you know, this is what we've been tracking back here. Same exact rally into the January run-up where we're trading at right now. AMC is playing out basically the identical pattern here and has not switched up. Now, you could either drag it to here or you could have it look like something like this, but ultimately this is where AMC is trading at, and this is the pattern from January of 2021, and we are not trading off of that pattern. Therefore, based on that pattern, what should we see? Well, in about 2 days from now, we should see AMC gap up to around $4 a share, which is something that we are expecting going forward. And that is just going to be the beginning, of course, before scaling down and then making another gap higher. Now, AMC should theoretically gap above 4, anywhere between 4 and 440 before taking that next leg up. As far as GameStop goes, we came down to the bottom of this channel. We didn't get volatility. We didn't get a roaring kitty tweet. We didn't get any news. So nothing happened. We actually tested what we said at 26.50 being the holding point for GameStop. And we basically wicked down into this and are holding $27. Everything is looking perfectly fine on GameStop as well as AMC. Many of you know, this is what we're tracking. This is a 30% drawdown right here in the chart. 30% drawdown before we move higher. GameStop just saw the same thing, and I'm sorry, not 30%. This is a 23% drawdown. GameStop saw the same thing, 23% drawdown during this same time period. You come and take a look, drag it out, 26.50, 23% drawdown, identical to what we saw back here. Okay, so nothing is moving off the mark. Now, why would I give you a bear case scenario? Well, this is just in case, because I found some interesting things that happened. As many of you know, AMC recently diluted, which we talked a little bit about on how it could potentially be a good thing. But here's what's interesting. So AMC diluted January 26th of 2021, and then they also diluted on, I believe, May 13th, 2021. Yes, May 13th, 2021. This 107-day period. Now, if you come and you take a look, AMC recently diluted December 29th, 2023. Okay, that same 107-day period following that dilution marked this low you've seen on the stock. Okay, 281 days later is where we're trading at right now, or so, 280, 281, whatever. 281 days later would put you right about here on AMC. Okay, now stay with me here. This is very interesting, right? This pattern plays out also very similarly to where AMC is trading at right now. In fact, almost identical to what we are seeing. So what would this potentially mean for AMC? But hang on, I'm not done. If you come and you look at GameStop, right? That same period, okay, from January 26th to where we're trading at right now, take that bars pattern and bring it over right here. This is where you get GameStop trading at right now. As many of you know, Roaring Kitty started the tweet on May 12th, May 13th, and we saw AMC do this. Obviously, had this major gap up, higher, retrace, so on and so forth. We have also seen plenty of hints at the 109, 420. January 1st, he posted this, give it to me, baby. 109 days from that would be April 20th. All tinfoil hat stuff, all of that stuff going on. However, was he hinting that we were just seeing the May run-up of 2021, the April-May run-up of 2021? Now, what's so interesting about that is the charts actually do line up. They actually line up very, very perfectly. No matter what way you put it, right? You drag the chart back here, you put the chart over here, the time frames, the dates, the sell-off that we just saw, they all line up. And the same goes for AMC. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by they line up? So you take this 390-ish day period on GameStop, right? And you bring it over, and what you could see with GameStop is something, there's two scenarios right here, right? Just like I said, how you can drag the chart. First of all, GameStop would see something like this, and this is non-adjusted. So we would test the top of this channel, which leads me to the point where I think GameStop will remain bearish is if we do not get above $47 to $55. 47 to 55 is a safe range. If we get above that, open and close above that, we are probably going to see a mother of all short squeezes. If we hold under that, reject off the top of this channel, it could be ugly for GameStop. We also have another scenario where it also works out and it also plays out where you begin to get the sell-off, the chop trading at the bottom of the sell-off, and something like this. Okay, so there's two things to watch for. The mid-range recap of this channel, which is going to be around $36 to $38. If we get above that, that would invalidate this. The next thing to pay attention to, okay, if we get above $47 to $55, $48 to $55, that would break us out of the top of this channel, top of this range. That would invalidate this, and we move on with our way with the bullish trend that we have been talking about and we have been covering. AMC, based on that dilution period that I just talked about, we also just recently diluted. January 15th, we completed that dilution. So from this period, from the dilution January 26th to the May 13th dilution, you saw about that 107-day window. You saw that 107-day window from the first dilution to the very bottom here, which case, right, this entire thing that you're seeing from this low, from this bottom, would have been, like Roaring Kitty potentially showed us, the May-June run-up, okay? And that is exactly why, like I said, you coincidentally put us right here on AMC, right? You trade this out, which is what I have drawn out right here, and that's exactly why I see this bearish case scenario potentially playing out on GameStop as well as AMC. Take this with a grain of salt. It's just a theory that I had in mind. It's just a scary theory, and I want to prepare you for it. And there are things that I told you to watch out for. As far as AMC goes, what can we watch out for over here, Larry Stocks? Well, you gave us the GameStop levels. You didn't give us the AMC levels. Sure. If AMC gets above $4.35, opens and closes above that, that invalidates some things. However, if we see a recapture of that level without volume, it could still be very, very dangerous. If AMC at any point recaptures this parallel channel, which is going to be above $7, then we invalidate that process completely, and you see something along the lines of what we've been tracking, where AMC finally gets its move, something like this, based on invalidation of that May run-up. So has Roaring Kitty not been giving us, four-fronted hints? Instead, has he just been tracking this with us, right? Who knows? But it's just a theory because I found very similarities in the charts, and there were no discrepancies between time frames as well as patterns. So that is something that was scary. Now, moving on, Nancy Pelosi just purchased TEM, VST, Google, Amazon, and we talked about these positions. However, for TEM, her husband bought her contracts January 14th, 2025 at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Standard, 1 month after her fall and surgery, and she paid over $75,000 for these contracts. Tempest AI is a technology company that aims to advance precision medicine by applying AI to healthcare. This company also sits at a whopping almost 18% short interest, and you saw a major jump off of this news, up 35%. Coincidentally, still hitting a fib level, a resistance level that we saw building a candle exactly inside of it. Obviously, this thing could go one of two ways. It could gap fill all the way back down to $36, or we come to the next level at 55, 61, 69, 80, 109, and maybe shorts end up covering. Okay, there's also some outlooks I saw some DD for some outlooks into 2026 that this thing will be very bullish, and that is exactly when her contracts are for. She has them for the entire year. So maybe we see this company actually perform very, very well based off of Nancy Pelosi's potential insider information. We saw Apple take a nosedive and hold our critical structural support right around 220. Okay, Apple needs to hold this level. If Apple doesn't, you're going to see a strong move right down to 216 to 213. If we don't hold there, 206, 196, 180, so on and so forth. The SPY breaking higher. I said we could potentially come to 602 to 602.50, but we still have the Bank of Japan warnings that we are going to be watching out for, which begin between tomorrow and next week, the Bank of Japan meeting, as well as our own Fed meeting. And we need to see if the SPY is going to go run for one last high and crypto is going to do it with it, or we are going to absolutely cliff dive off a cliff right here. And that is something that we are watching for and waiting for. And I also think that if Roaring Kitty is waiting for something, that is what he's waiting for as well. He's waiting for the right time. And as of right now, it is not the right time. I also want you to keep in mind, GameStop and the SPY have been trading inverse. And like I said before, we are going to need liquidity to fill a MOAS. So the SPY will need to downtrend. And with the SPY being a downtrend, it almost guarantees GameStop will be in an uptrend based off of the way that they have been trading. DJT is down 10%. It was a buy the rumor, sell the news. It was risky to hold these call options on DJT over into inauguration over the weekend. We do have a gap to be filled around $39.70, so we will watch out for that gap. We are now closing under a resistance level. Not sure what is going to happen with DJT. We could come all the way back to 26 and it could be over with, or we could spring higher up to 72 bucks. It's just something to watch. Also tonight we have earnings that we are playing. Netflix, it is up 1.5% on the day. Still in this zone. This is a crucial zone. If Netflix ended up, it wanted to close above 875.50, that would be technically bullish coming into earnings, but again, we don't really know what is going to happen with the earnings. Netflix could make its way up to $1,000 a share, and people could be talking about it, all that other stuff, or we could see a large gap down to $772, $773. Okay, here are the earnings for the week, so take a look at those, screenshot them, whatever you have to do. Last but not least, Bank of America CEO says the financial industry is ready for crypto payments if regulators give approval, which they likely will. And President Trump officially formed the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE, by executive order, and has signed several other executive orders already so far. And we are only one day in. Overall, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn post notifications on so that you don't miss another video. Check the links in the description to come talk with me in the Discord and the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long. See my trades as soon as I take them, get a ton of alerts, post your gains, post your losses, and overall just share some love with the community. And if you want 30 free stocks, up to 30 free stocks, press the second link in the description, open a Moomoo account, it's a free broker, and deposit into your account. Once they approve you, it should take no longer than 2 to 5 minutes, and you will start earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash that's sitting in your account. They will start giving you free stocks after a couple months, and you're getting access to further strike options, trading options for free, viewing level 2 order book data, viewing other exchanges, access to going long and shorting as a retail trader, and a ton of other benefits. So shout out Moomoo. Again, it's free. There's no string attached. Use a link, open an account, and make a deposit. The top 2 links in the description for Discord and for Moomoo. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery stocks out.